I'm back with Anna Connor, and we already started drinking a little rosé. So let's cheers again. Cheers. Thanks for joining me.
Of course.
I wonder if can I call myself ambassador, like Ambassador Jameson Fink?
Please do.
I will. Please refer to me as ambassador. One of the things I was doing, I'm really into doing my due diligence and not just being like, so do you like art and stuff? Like I dig deep, I dive deep, I do a lot of research. And one of the things...
That's what she said.
And one of the things I discovered was, you were talking about your work, and you said that you want to take audiences through an artistic yet sometimes unpleasant journey.
You did do your due diligence.
Yeah. So what do you mean by an unpleasant journey?
Well, a journey that makes them uncomfortable in some way, but also helps them find something in themselves that makes it comfortable. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
So it's an uncomfortableness that encourages
comfortableness. Yes, that's what I like to do.
Well, to me, then a lot of that stuff, it's just like when you start getting into painting. Like when I flirted with being an art history major for a semester at college, and you look at all the Haystack and Monet stuff and all that kind of dorm room art, and then you start looking at stuff that's a little more challenging. Not that it's not beautiful, but you kind of you sort of walk into the door looking at like beautiful sunsets, and then you get on to the more like darker, more freakier stuff.
Yeah. Like who?
I'm sorry, did you say like who or like what?
Like who?
I don't. That's for another show.
Okay. Alexander McQueen is one of those people that I just he's amazing. I adore him. Do you know him?
Well, I happened to view a performance called Alex that was inspired by Alexander McQueen, correct?
Which one? Oh, wait. Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 And it was like 4 hours long.
Yeah, it was.
I watched like a 1 minute excerpt of it, but then I thought about like a 4 hour long performance.
Yeah, that was actually great. It didn't even feel like 4 hours. It felt like 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. But for everyone else, it felt like, well, the other people in my group, apparently it felt like 4 hours. But for me, It was like 2 minutes, and I thought it was amazing. I saw his show at the Met, and God, he was, you know who that is. Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw his show at the Met, and not only is he a great was he a great fashion designer, but the ideas of where everything came from was just so dark and beautiful, but pure. Mm-hmm.
So it's pure and dark and beautiful.
Yeah, because it was honest. Uh-huh. It was so honest, and he was so open like that, and I find it hard to find a lot of people like that.
Mm-hmm. How do you I'm not used to seeing in performance that kind of tons of like real physicality, not just like people moving around, but like violent movements and like people getting stepped on and things like that. I mean, what is that side of you?
Well, I'm a really upbeat person usually, but that's my what is it?
Your release?
My release, yeah. So, I don't know, I think that we can be really cruel to each other in the world, and it's really, I don't know, I've been hurt a lot in different ways.
Right.
And I feel like if I do something on stage, it has to be real and not fake. So don't fake anything on stage. And I actually have gotten into many arguments with some of the performers I work with because I get too real on stage. And for me, if it's not real on stage, then what is it? I don't get that. So yeah, I get stepped on, and I don't think anybody else really wanted to do it. I did this workshop a long time ago where it was like a leading and a following thing, and I don't mind being stepped on because I don't know, it gives you some kind of I don't mind having power, but I don't mind being powerless. As weird as that sounds. Probably because I'm a mom and I'm very controlling, and I'm a control freak at home. And so if in my art I don't mind having any no power at all. So
or you share power.
Yeah. It could be sharing or none.
Right.
I'm okay with it.
I
think I have enough control and control issues in my life that to have it in my artwork, it doesn't have to be that strong. I don't have to be that strong of a character.
Right.
So yeah, that was that, and that was a very long process. It was 2 years of making that work, almost 2 years of making that work, and I had a great outcome and stuff, but it kept me in a really dark place, and it takes me to a really dark place. So I'm relieved that it's over. Although I'm going to do it again in July in Portland, but I'm glad to leave it for a couple months. But that's why my next work for Northwest
Yes,
Networks,
tell me about that.
it's actually lighter. It's
Okay,
on a
good.
lighter. It was supposed to be really dark.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be really, really dark, and
Yeah.
about actually very heavily influenced by social media. What we were saying about
Uh-huh.
like being fake and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But now it's a little lighter, and it's really dancey dance.
Okay.
And it's about people being intrusive, but not in such a dark way. But I hope it still gets the message across. But I don't know. I just want to make something that's a little lighter and has a lot of dance, and the music is amazing. It's Nico Tower. It sounds very traditional with voice and lots of good beat and very movements everywhere.
What's it like with that when you're in it? Like, let's say you choreograph it and you're not in it versus being in it. Like, how's it different?
That's a really good question. When you're in it, it's hard to really direct and see where things are, what needs to change, who's doing something wrong or who's doing something right. When you're not in it, obviously you can see
Right.
all of that, and it's easier to just direct.
Uh-huh.
When I'm in it, I constantly had to videotape and then come back and watch myself and watch the whole thing. What's
Right.
going wrong? But not being in it, it's released me from having. From just being in the mess. Now I'm outside of the whole thing. So it's great. I love it much better.
I might think it might be like almost even more nerve wracking because you're. It's not like you can it's not like saving someone from a burning building or something. Like, I gotta go in there and fix it. But you're watching. I'd probably be like the pencil. I'd be like, "Ugh."
Well, that's true.
When things went wrong or things didn't go the way I wanted to, or I might just be like, yeah, fuck it. What are you gonna do?
No, but then you want to yell and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Actually, I've done that before, and I'm like, "You got it wrong. Do it right." But then, you have to dial it down a bit.
Right. That's in rehearsal or like.
Well, after shows too.
After shows, right.
I'm like, that sucks. Well, not so mean. But,
So you rule with an iron fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm really,
Wrapped in a velvet glove.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's a wine thing. They call the famous wines of Burgundy. They say they're like a iron fist wrapped in a velvet glove.
Well, I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe with some flower petals on it.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, that would be apropos.
Yeah. Yeah.
See how we weaved wine into that? Isn't that amazing?
It's your job.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Anna, thanks for coming by and chatting with me, and I'm looking forward to your performance at Northwest New Works.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.